What's up, y'all? Welcome to the hot seat. This is where we watch videos, break them down, review them, compare it with what the Bible says, because we want truth promoted. There's a lot of division in the community, and the devil is working. While you're sleeping, the devil is working. And so while we're awake, it's time for us to work. And so we are called to do good works. And one of the good works we're called to do is expose the unfruitful works of darkness. That doesn't mean that every single teaching we come across on this platform is a false teaching, but the goal is to listen and train our ears to hear what truth is. So we have this video, and on this video, as you see, it's from Bible Study Tools, and it's supposed to answer this question: what do the two beasts represent in Revelation chapter 13? And so, having a title like that, we would expect somebody to give an identification of who these two beasts are, because in Revelation chapter 13 we read about a sea beast and a land beast. So we would expect an identification placed on not only where that's taken from, but also who are they, because what do they represent? If it only tells us where this image is taken from, that doesn't fully illustrate what these two beasts represent. So obviously it's a short video, and I've watched the video. It doesn't tell us who these two beasts are identified as, but it does imply where it's taken from. So we're gonna play this video, we're gonna listen to it, and we're gonna break it down. So I appreciate you.
In Revelation 13, we meet two beasts. One is the beast from the sea, and one is the beast from the land. Now, we need to remember that Revelation is apocalyptic imagery. It's an apocalyptic book that uses apocalyptic imagery. And so when we see a beast in Revelation, we should ask, what is that representing? And one of the best things to do when reading Revelation is to consider possible Old Testament backgrounds. And that helps us here. If we turn to the book of Daniel, chapter 7, a book that has quite a bit of similarity to Revelation in a number of ways, we find different kingdoms represented by different beasts. And this sort of imagery is in the background of the beast in Revelation 13, the beast from the sea. And so this beast from the sea would fill God's people with trepidation, but the way that John describes it is going to be in a way that's going to encourage the church.
So there's some more to play left of this video, but I do just want to state first that is nice to hear an individual compare what we read about in Revelation 13 to Daniel 7, because that's where it's taken from. And just so individuals will see, look what it says here. The beast which I saw was like a leopard, a bear, and a lion. So a leopard, a bear, and a lion. And when you go to Daniel chapter 7, you know what you read about? Look what it says. The first was a lion, the first beast. Suddenly another beast like a bear, and then a third beast like a leopard. So you have Daniel seeing four kingdoms: the first a lion, the second a bear, and then the third a leopard. Lion, bear, leopard, lion, bear, leopard, lion, bear, leopard. And then when you go to Revelation 13, it says leopard, bear, lion. It's in reverse order. And the reason why it's in reverse order in Revelation 13 is because Daniel was looking forward historically. So in John's generation, these kingdoms were already in effect. They already were replaced. And so he is looking back, right? Because the focus of Daniel chapter 7 is the kingdom of men. That's the focus of Daniel chapter 7, the kingdom of men, and who is in possession of the kingdom of men. Who is ruling over all nations? Who is the human, right? Who is the human ruling over all nations? So in Daniel chapter 7, you have Babylon pictured as a lion, you have Medo-Persia pictured as a bear, and you have Greece pictured as a leopard. And looking backward, John sees a leopard, because that was the previous kingdom before Rome. And then he sees a bear, which would have been Medo-Persia, because that was before Greece, right? That was before the leopard. And then you have the lion, which is Babylon. So Daniel's looking forward, John is looking backwards, and you see these two beasts in Revelation chapter 13. And it's pictured as the same as Daniel chapter 7. That's not to say that Daniel chapter 7 pictures during this time of the fourth beast two beasts, because Daniel chapter 7 doesn't picture two beasts during the time of the fourth beast. But Revelation chapter 13 does present this beast, this land beast, who is a helper of the sea beast. So I do like that this video does go back to Daniel chapter 7. And if an individual is reading Revelation and they are not referencing Daniel chapter 7, you're going to be all over the place. And if you understand Daniel chapter 7, then you can understand the book of Revelation. But if an individual doesn't understand Daniel chapter 7, they're going to come up with some crazy things.
We also meet a beast from the land. And it's, again, helpful to remember the associations of kingdoms with beasts here. But the beast from the land is promoting the beast from the sea. And we find elsewhere that this beast from the land appears to be identified as a false prophet. And so the beast from the land may be some sort of religious influence that promotes worship of the beast from the sea in a way that would be deceitful and in a way that would try to seek to lead God's people astray.
So, I mean, that's the end of the video. So you look at the title of the video and it said, what do the two beasts represent? Oh, I had this over the video while it was playing, huh? Well, there's no need to play it again just because I accidentally had it there. But we did hear what he had to say. And what do the two beasts represent? He didn't really tell us exactly what they represent. So if an individual watched this video that they released, then they would still be left with the question, well, what do they represent? That didn't answer the question what they represented. In Daniel chapter 7, you see these four beasts, and one is pictured as taking over the previous one. But in Revelation chapter 13, you have this beast, the sea beast, and then a land beast, and they're not in conflict with one another. They're working together. And so, and really, what do they represent? The sea beast represents Rome during the time period of their 11th Roman emperor, which would be during the time frame of Domitian, who ruled Rome from 81 to 96 AD. And then the sea beast would be pictured as Domitian's accomplice in helping him convince Rome to worship him. And you look back historically, who was it that was Domitian's primary help? His primary strength, who he relied upon to convince Rome to worship him, and that's the imperial cult. The imperial cult. And so the imperial cult played a huge part in getting Rome to worship Domitian as if he were a living god. And you have this land beast called a false prophet. What is a false prophet? Right? A prophet is someone who claims not only to be a mouthpiece to God, but a prophecy is basically speaking a future event that would supposedly be fulfilled. And so what was the future event which the world was being deceived into believing in? Look what it says in Revelation chapter 13 verse 4. Who is like the beast, who is able to make war with him? What is this a picture of? A continuation of the kingdom of the beast. It's a picture of the world thinking that the kingdom of men in the hand of this Roman emperor would continue. And that's not what occurred. That's not what took place. Because what happened when war was made against the beast in this vision? In this vision, when war is pictured as being made against the beast, it pictures the armies of heaven coming to fight against the armies of the earth. And in Revelation chapter 19, I saw the beast, the kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him who sat on a horse and against his army. And according to the proclamation made by, the sea beast, the land beast, and what Rome was deceived into believing is that anyone who this beast made war against would be eliminated. But what is the picture? I mean, it's a pretty swift defeat of the beast. Then the beast was captured. I mean, it's like, here they're proclaiming the continuation of the kingdom of the beast is basically a picture of an eternal victory for the beast. And then when the King of Kings on earth meets the King of Kings in heaven, the King of Kings on the earth is eliminated very quickly. The beast was captured, and with him the false prophet. And it says these two were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And it's just incredible. It's incredible imagery. Language showing the downfall of this proclaimed deity, this son of man who's pictured as of God, right? A divine being. You have not Jesus, right? Jesus is the son of man who is pictured as a divine being, but you had in Revelation chapter 13, you had this Roman emperor, and what this Roman emperor was proclaiming himself as is deity. He deceives those who dwell on the earth. And what were they doing? He was granted to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So they're worshiping the image of the beast. You know what this is a picture of also, where this is taken from Daniel. Remember, king of Babylon, was it Nebuchadnezzar, had a image built, and everyone was required to bow down to that image, and if you didn't, you would be killed. So you have this image of universal worship of an image representing the Roman or an emperor, right? The King of Kings. And in Daniel's time period, that was Nebuchadnezzar. And that's a picture of the first of the four kingdoms, and here's a picture of the same thing occurring during the final of the four kingdoms. So hopefully this has been a beneficial, more informative than just whatever this person released concerning what do the two beasts represent in Revelation. So hopefully you feel more confident knowing what the two beasts represent. You have the sea beast representing Rome during the time period of their 11th Roman emperor, during the time frame of Domitian, who ruled from 81 to 96 AD. And then you had the sea beast, which would have been his accomplice, which historically looking back, it appears to be the imperial cult who helped him get Rome to worship him. So if you have any questions, any comments, leave them below. If you have any other videos you want, post the links in the comment section and we will watch those videos and break it down. And I pray that God will continue to bless you as you seek for knowledge of the truth. And hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share with a friend, and let's make 2025 the year that we grow in knowledge and teach our knowledge to other individuals. Thank you.